Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. This will be my fourth video that I'm whipping out today because I've been behind in making videos and my kids are distracted with Paw Patrol, so I'm a little stumbly because my mind's all jumbled now from all the journals I've done. So anyway, this is the last video I'm going to make though for today. I do have another journal that I might just quickly bip in here, but it's not completely finished, but it's almost finished. So this one is kind of this one's more of a romance kind of journal. It's more florals. It's definitely a feminine journal. On the cover there is, oh wait, hold on. This is the tie, and it's just some really pretty sheer ribbon. And it just, woo, wah. Toss it aside. The cover has some floral paper that I actually ripped out of one of my scrapbook book, because I don't really scrapbook. But the paper in it was really cool, so yeah, I'll get rid of the scrapbook and I kept the paper. So there's that, and then some of this really pretty lace that was gifted to me. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. And then this is a piece of birch bark. I use a lot of birch bark in things. And then on top of that is a wood die cut, which was says love, and then the spine is just plain. I have hidden stitching, and it's like an embossed paper with flowers on it, and then the back is just plain. There's nothing on it. And then all around, I do have these little book corners on here, and then around it are these little, I went around with some gold and kind of gilded the edges of it. And you can kind of, it's really just kind of a, you don't really totally notice it, but it's like a little nice little touch that I added there. So you open it up, and on the front there's a pocket, side pocket with a little tag, and I just inked around it. This was pre-stamped, this tag. I did not stamp that. I don't know who made it. I don't know who made these, but I did ink around the edges. Coffee stain paper. And then on the inside covers, you can see more of the gold that I put around there, and also you might be able to see the little flecks of gold that I got kind of splattered here and there. This is, this one is actually kind of a pain in the butt to make. It's like a piece of cardboard that I tore, and then I put some, gesso, gesso on it, and then I put ink on it, and I just stressed it more. And then I glued on, I inked around, I tore, inked, glued on this piece of book page, and that made this pocket, just for this tag. And this is actually out of a vintage magazine. And then I glued that onto some paper. I've had some of this paper since I was a teenager, and so I needed to get rid of it because I never was able to use it because I got in with the wind turbines and didn't really do a whole lot of crafting when I was climbing wind turbines. So the paper just kind of chilled, and so some of these journals I'm trying to use up. Like, there's paper that I just got, but there's also some paper, like you can kind of see in the back, I gessoed on to tone down the color, just trying to use it up. So some more coffee stain little rings there, some ledger paper. Oh, and I love how this one turned out. So pretty. Tea and coffee. A little bit of washi tape there. This is just some vellum, pretty vellum with some roses on there. There's a lot of journaling space in this one. This is a little envelope tuck. It has a tiny little postcard thing that I inked around. Tucks in there, and then inside is just some really pretty coffee stained paper. I love the color that it came out as. This is a little doily here. This little tuck spot, and some little cloth rose, some little flat back pearls on a book, on some book paper, on top of some chipboard, cardboard, whatever. Stamping, coffee dyed paper. Oh, and then this is like inked around to make these. I had this like little doily. I don't have it right next to me, but it's kind of like a hard paper, kind of like this, like a chipboard. Well, thick cardstock, and it came on this card, and so did this. This came on a card sample. And I just cut them off, and I use them as stencils. Another little tag tuck postcard thing. Some vellum, just to add interest. I actually gessoed down the color because this is bright red. I gessoed it down, and then I inked through a stencil to make these patterns. And this is the center signature. There's a little coffee paper in there, and then a vintage bingo card. I left the back as is. I didn't glue anything else on it. And it's a little bingo card for journaling. And then there's this little cool like ruffle that I glued on there. I just love it. It's so pretty. Just gonna go in quickly through the pages that don't really have much on them. Then this is a little journal. It kind of looks like a door. I stamped on some flowers on this page. And then this is just like a little note card with some different coffee stained paper cutoffs in there. My kids are starting to get crazy. With a cute little clothespin that I just snapped off, but that's okay because I have backups. Some little doily here, and then this is the other part of the envelope, and it also has a little tag in here with some little red lace that I inked around. A little journal card, coffee stained. You can also journal on the back of the envelopes too. More flower vellum. Another little cool little page. This is some salvaged fabric that I stapled on there, and it's a little tag tuck. And inside this is an image that I got from a vintage magazine. And I glued it on there to make a little journal, tiny little journal card. This tag was gifted to me, and on the back I just inked around it. And this is an altered. Oh my gosh, my kids. Yeah, this is a altered tag. The background is actually a napkin, not napkin, paper towel. Or something. Yeah, as a paper towel. And it was a wipe off from when I was doing some India ink. I was working with this on a canvas, and I was wiping off my brush onto this paper towel, and it came out really cool. And then on the back, I painted the back black, and this is actually paper from a previous video of mine where I was dip dyeing papers into, it made like this marbled effect using wood stain, and I added blue coloring to the water and then the wood stain on top, and it made this cool marbled effect with a bluish hint in the background. So if you want to see that video, it is in my videos. It's called like Marbled Papers tutorial. And so this is a rose that I just fussy cut and glued onto there, and some ribbon. And then this is a little flip up tuck, and you can write in there. Woo, way out of frame, so yeah. This is a little dangle onto this little clip, and it has a little bit of that sheer lace ribbon, whatever you call it. This was a sticker. It was a sticker sample that was sent to me, and I thought the colors were cool, the image was cool, so I took the sticker off, put it on a piece of index card, and inked around it to make a little journal card. And this is just like this was a broken piece of necklace or something. I'm trying to do this one-handed, and it's just like not happening. There we go. And then on the back side of that, this is from a vintage magazine, and it was one of those magazine poop things that thaw out. I just really liked the image. Thought it was kind of cool, and I thought it went in here. It's another altered tag. It's a little altered bow bunny tag. And I put some flower image on there, tied a little bit of raffia, inked around the edges, glued it onto some coffee stained ledger paper, and added a little bit of lace on the top. And then the pocket is this napkin that I took apart, because there's 3 layers to most napkins. This was the middle layer, and it still had some of the image from the top layer that had most of the image on there, but it still had this printing on the middle layer of the napkin, and so I used that on the pocket. And this was just a cutoff, and I liked the shape, and so I used it to make that cool little pocket. And then this, oh whoops, I didn't put this back in there. This is supposed to be tucked in there. I don't know why I took it out. Anyway, this is a little note, like a little notebook thing. It says Moments to Remember, and it has washi tape all around it. And then you open it up, and on both sides there is some paper that's been torn, and it's stapled. And it's just random little papers, and then it's on a tea-stained note card, so you can journal on it. And this is parchment paper that I had to sew, and it's on top of, it's sewn onto this like thick cardstock thing, and so this just tucks in to there, which I might have to do when I'm not, there we go. So it tucks in like that. And then this is a little envelope And it's the center of one of the signatures. Or the second signature. And I didn't put anything in it because I thought somebody could put their own stuff in there. And I love this, the way this envelope turned out. It's tea stained. I had a tea bag sitting on it and it just really looked pretty. And the inside of the envelope is so gorgeous. There's the other side of that thing, and there's a little tea stain tag in there with some ribbon that I stapled on. This is some salvaged lace that I sewed onto the back of this, and there's just a little piece of coffee stained and inked up, stamped up paper in there that I just tucked on in. My kids are so wild right now. It's insane. I'm living in a madhouse. We're all mad here. There's some more this is like a rose ribbon. It's really pretty. And then this is a little tag that I inked around, stamped a rose image on the bottom. They're pretending they're bats. Okay, so anyway, there's a little stamped image there. This is a little pocket origami. If you ever have made those origami cups, that's what this is. That's all that is. And then this is a piece of birch bark with a little stamped image of a flower on there. And a little piece of flower lace that I use to just tuck the flap in. And inside is a little note card that folds out. Really simple. Ugh, get in there. And this is another little dangle. As you can see, there's a lot of like little ribbons and stuff poking up the top. This was another piece of broken earring that I just used. And then this is I like the colors. The colors kind of went with the romance kind of love kind of theme, and it's just a paint chip card. Little miniature postcard that I inked around. And then the last page, more rose ribbon, some coffee stained paper with a stamped image that says remember. And then this is a library pocket with a little library card in it that I inked around. And I left the back open slightly and put a little coffee stain paper in there too. And then I also have some washi tape in and around that area. So that's this journal. If you liked this video, liked my journal, give it a thumbs up, well, I guess that's it, is a thumbs up. I'm thinking Facebook now. Share, subscribe, comment. I love hearing from you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this, got some good ideas, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.